Find out what time. Remember to dress accordingly. Temperatures can drop below freezing any time of the year. If you're staying in the Lahaina Ka'anapali area, expect a 2 to 3 hour drive to get to the summit. From Lahaina, take Highway 30 to 380, and then right on to the Hana Highway number 36. Then another right on 37, and then on up until you get to number 377. Then just follow the signs till you get to the summit. From the Wailea Kihei area, take the Pi'ilani Highway number 31 to 311. Then on to 37 and 377. Your travel time should be about 2 hours. And take note, there's no gas or food inside the park. Haleakala National Park stretches from the rugged Kipahulu coastline up through the rainforest and shrubland to the summit of the volcano. To experience these different perspectives of the park, plan to hike in. The park has over 27 miles of hiking trails, ranging from short, easy walks to challenging 3-day treks.
Safety considerations to take into mind when you're going to begin a hike along here is to bring water with you, good layered clothing, food, sunscreen. A hat is very important because of the extreme sun. Good comfortable shoes. For hikers, we ask that you stay on the trail, especially that you avoid shortcutting at the switchbacks, because anytime that you venture off the trail, you're in the habitat of the species that do survive up here.
You can pick up a self-guiding brochure or get information on guided hikes at the Headquarters Visitor Center. Remember to take caution at such a high altitude. It's important to go at a slow pace, especially if you're not accustomed to hiking in these conditions. Along the trails, you can spend the day discovering the mysterious plant and wildlife of Haleakala and Maui's most famous botanical inhabitant, the rare silversword. Blooming only once in its lifespan, the silversword, or ahinahina, can only be found on Haleakala. Haleakala is one of the few places to see rare native Hawaiian forest birds. And if you're lucky, you may run into Hawaii's state bird, the nene. Just about a mile below headquarters, the Hosmer Grove Nature Trail leads you to a native shrubland that's home for rare forest birds. If you'd like to experience the great outdoors overnight, cabins and campgrounds are available to the public. There are 2 primitive campsites and 3 equipped cabins in the wilderness area, all of which demand a 4 to 10 mile hike. All 3 cabins need to be reserved, and they require a permit from the park's headquarters. Also, you can find a drive-in campground located near the park's entrance. Once again, remember to bring drinking water with you and always pick up and pack out all of your trash. Learning about Haleakala is an activity unto its own. Stop by the park's visitor centers to learn about the geology, the natural history and culture of Hawaii. In the summit area, naturalists give regularly scheduled presentations. Later in the day brings yet another unique experience. Sunset at Haleakala. The brilliant late afternoon colors fill the valley, leaving the visitor with a lasting impression. What better way to end your day on Maui?
Here are a few tips when visiting Haleakala National Park. Sunrise viewing is very popular, so be aware of possible long wait times at the park entrance and limited parking at the summit itself, which is an additional 40-minute drive from the park entrance. Your minimum drive times from Lahaina is about 3 hours, from Wailea about 2.5 hours, and from Kahului it's about 2 hours. Temperatures at the summit are at least 20 degrees colder than at sea level, so bundle up, dress appropriately, and also be prepared for possible intense sun, rain, fog, and high winds. And at 10,000 feet above sea level, you should also be cautious if you have a respiratory or heart condition. You may want to consider a later morning or afternoon visit to avoid the sunrise crowds. And the sunsets can also be awesome. There's no food or gas available in the park. For more information about your visit to Haleakala National Park, just log on to nps.gov/Hale or HALE.
On the heavenly slopes of Haleakala, the mystical Ali'ikula Lavender Farm invites you to share in their lifestyle of lavender. Embrace the soothing and relaxing effects of adding lavender to your life. Take part in a variety of activities and tours daily, or simply explore the farm on your own. Enjoy the breathtaking views with a cup of lavender coffee or tea and our delicious lavender scones. And the charming gift shop filled with all things lavender is definitely a must. Experience the serenity of Upcountry as fragrance, aroma, and taste take your senses to a better place. Call or visit Ali'ikula Lavender online to learn more about what's in store today at Maui's most life-changing destination. And mention you saw them here on the Maui Visitor Channel and you'll receive free admission into the farm. Ali'ikula Lavender.
On the western slopes of Haleakala, just below the cloud line, exists an idyllic setting stretching from Kula and Ulupalakua in the south to Makawao in the north. This is Maui's upcountry. The charm of this rural region is, well, country. The hills dotted with cattle and horses are plentiful with flower and vegetable farms. Upcountry is peaceful, unpretentious, and not too anxious to reveal her secrets. It will, however, surprise you with a past that's quite remarkable, boasting stories of sea captains, kings, and cowboys. It also tells fantastic tales of fortunes made and lost.
My family started farming about 4 generations ago. I don't know how many years, but it's over close to 100 years ago. And right now I'm still in the cabbage business, growing cabbage, a 4th generation farmer up in Kula area.
From Hawaii's early years to the present day, the area known as Kula has been Maui's agricultural district, traditionally growing taro and sweet potatoes under a system of land divisions called ahupua'as. These zones represented areas of forest, agriculture, shoreline, and ocean, and each provided the goods and resources of their district. Kula, with its seemingly endless bounty of fruits and vegetables, helped fuel both history and events for over 200 years, supplying kings with provisions to trade for their war chests and sea captains with fortunes from land leases and plantations. Kula and her rich, fertile soil supplied them all. With this enterprise came waves of immigration to help work the land. Landowners bought, sold, and merged to form modern dynasties. And as you can see, some of the names still remain as towns, stores, and landmarks, all of them reminders of Upcountry's past. Today, Upcountry farmers are once again embracing changes in the agricultural landscape as culinary kings demand organic produce and exotic fruits, and Hawaiians trade island-made products in new marketing ventures, all of them making a little history of their own. Traveling south further down the road is Ulupalakua,
Home of Maui Wine's vineyards.
Visitors can stop and sample local wines, enjoy the scenery, and at the same time get a small taste of Ulupalakua history. Imagine what the estate must have looked like over 100 years ago. Back then it was called Rose Ranch. Peacocks roamed, Lokilani roses bloomed, and King Kalakaua, a frequent guest, enjoyed his own cottage. It was a brief yet elegant time until ranching replaced royalty. Ulupalakua Ranch soon took its place in cattle ranching history as the home to several world-renowned Hawaiian Paniolos. Today, it's one of Maui's largest working cattle ranches, why, you're more likely to see these modern Paneolos roping steer and driving cattle from their ATVs. Reminiscent of days gone by, the Paneolos at Haleakala Ranch still keep busy rounding up cattle and tending to the business of modern-day ranching.
Initially, when the vaqueros came in, they were brought in to educate the Hawaiians as to, how to rope and ride and handle cattle, seeing as they didn't have any experience whatsoever prior to that. And they seemed to have been good students, and it was something that just fell into their culture and their personality, and it's continued on till today.
Despite the modern changes, Maui's upcountry has kept its Paneolo heritage alive. Each year, roping and equestrian skills are tested at our state's biggest rodeo in Makawao, Hawaii's cowboy town. Upcountry. It's the kind of country that only Maui could offer. The next time you travel up these cloud-lined slopes, let your senses come alive and imagine. With a little curiosity, you too can rediscover a part of Maui's historical past. Stay tuned for more Maui, Island of the Sun.